A very warm welcome to all the viewers. It gives me immense pleasure in introducing Utkarsh in this alumni talk. Utkarsh, he pursued his BTech between 2015 and 2019 in the Department of Computer Science Engineering, SRM Institute of Science and Technology, Katangulatur. As his subject handling faculty, I have always known him as a very strong, academically bonded student. He has attended several workshops, presented several papers in conferences, and has also qualified an online certification course on data mining and data science. He has awarded, he was awarded a scholarship for his excellent performance throughout the 4 years of his BTech degree. I've always known him as an agile learner. He was such a student who believes in giving the best from his part. Currently, he is working as a software engineer in Temenos, India Private Limited, Bangalore. He has joined us today for this session on my journey towards career. Utkarsh, I heartily welcome you. Now the screen is all yours.
Thank you, ma'am. Hello, everyone. Very warm New Year wishes to one and all present here. First of all, I would like to thank Sindhu ma'am and the Department of Computer Science and Engineering, School of Computing, SRMIST, for giving me this platform to share my experiences. Having given this opportunity, I feel extremely privileged and would like to take this opportunity to share words of wisdom and few guidelines that would certainly help my juniors to do best in all their future endeavor. It is rightly said that experience takes dreadfully high school wages, but he teaches better than no other. And I also believe that to learn from anybody's experience, their learnings, their mistakes is the best way you can learn, because this way you can minimize these mistakes in your life, in your journey, and therefore you can pace up, your speed towards the journey of goal achieving. So, in this session, I would be sharing my experiences, beliefs, and some secrets that I have learned through my journey, and I hope it will be a beneficial takeaway for all of you. So, without waiting any further, we will start with the presentation. So, looking at the outline, we'll be going through the following topics: life after school and expectations, entering college and career oriented attitude, your hostel and college life values, relationship with friends and professors, challenges on the way, taking care of yourself, internship and placements, project and publications, what after job, about the pandemic, and the last will be a wrap up. So, beginning with the first topic, that is life after school and expectations. So, when we move out of school, the school days were quite very easy going. That means you do not had much responsibilities, you do not have to do much. The only thing you have to take care is about your studies. But when you leave school and enter college, your life changes. You have to change your perspective about life. You become an individual who had to think about the self development. So your thinking changes, your life changes, and you have to be prepared for a new phase of life that is coming towards it. So when you enter a college, what all mindset and what all points you should have in mind, that I'll be focusing here. So first of all, you should have a clear mindset about your goals. Okay, what do I mean by goals? That the goals means the final destination, what you want to be in your life. Accordingly, you will be choosing that subject and domain, right? Second thing I would like to focus is, do not let others decide on your behalf. I had seen that in many families, parents or friends or any guardian will decide on what subject or stream a child should take. But that is actually wrong. It is your duty, to think about yourself, what you want in the future. And definitely, accordingly, you should take a decision. You should choose that stream and that subject. Next is, you should commit to work harder. Definitely, when life becomes difficult, it is your hard work and it is your persistence that will, sail through the journey easily. So you should be ready to commit harder, because you never know what challenges life may throw at you. So, as we said, you should buckle up for a new phase of life. And you should be very open and keen to learn, because when you have challenges in life, it is very important. And the most, I could say, it is a life saving skill is learning. the interest to learn, because if you learn anything, you can do anything nicely. And the last one is choose decisively. So when you think about yourself, when you think about your future, obviously you're going to choose decisively. So next topic, we'll be going through the college and career oriented attitude. Actually, I would like to say that when you enter the college, this 4 years is a journey. It's a process that you go through, to build yourself bit by bit. It's not that, okay, if I achieve this many marks, if I achieve this much grade, that is your final destination. It's not like that. You are in a process of building yourself. You are, preparing yourself for the future life. And that is what college uh, prepares you to do so. So, as I said, you should try to find your interest throughout the college. Interest, as in your area of interest, the domain you would be working in or you would like to work in your future years. And at the same time, you should be focused and be determined. Because this is the phase where you will have most of the distractions. You will have to, you will have so many things to choose upon. So it is very important that you should be focused and be determined. You should grab the opportunities on the way, and you should always do your best, because it is giving 100% is totally based on you. What hardships you are facing, that is not up to you, but in whatever scenario or situations you are there, if you give your 100%, definitely you will outperform everyone. Next is you should build up a stronger foundation. See, college is a phase where we study all the different subjects from basics to advanced courses. So it is your duty where you build a stronger foundation. No one else is going to do it for you. If you build a stronger foundation, definitely your building or your future will be, much stronger. Next is you should talk to your seniors. Not only seniors, you should even talk to your professors about any doubt regarding any guidance if you have. And the last one is online resources for career guidance. So sometimes, after entering colleges, many students feel doubt that whether whatever they are doing is correct or not, or what is the next step to be taken. So nowadays, in the generation of internet, everything is available on fingertips. If you have one click, you can get career guidance for free. And these are available in forms of YouTube videos also, where you can get a good career guidance in the just few clicks. So next topic that we will be going through is the hostel and college life. So if I would have describe this in one word, I would say it is a wonderful phase. Okay, it is actually the process of building yourself. As you can see this image, bit by bit, you build yourself. At every step, you learn, you experience, and then you know what is right for you, what is bad for you. Same way, it's kind of sculpting yourself in this process. So here you get a chance to know yourself. You know what is your nature, you know what you can do, your abilities, your weaknesses, everything, and which is very important when you lead forward in future life. Next is you learn to live independently. When you are out of your when you are out of your home, you when you are in the home, actually, if you see your childhood life, everything is done for you. You simply have to take care of your studies. But when you are out, not only your studies, but also you have to learn to manage your personal life. Next is you adapt to unfavorable situations. There will be pressure, tension, exam tension, everything, different kind of situations you get to face in this stage, which is very important for you to have different sorts of experiences, and that will make you a wiser person in the future. This phase also teaches you to be organized, which is a very, very important skill. You might have seen many of your friends who are unorganized may find life difficult. If you're not organized, it is very, very difficult, to be in the race. You will be out in no time. Next is the values learned here will be with you forever. So I would suggest you should make the best use of this time. And along with this, you should also find your passion or the interest, and you should master it, because that is going to be the base or the foundation for your career. Moving on to the next topic. Yeah, so whatever points I discussed in the previous slide has been represented here diagrammatically. impact of hostel life. I have been a hostler here in SRM, so I have faced all these things, and I have learned a lot during this phase. So it impacts your behavior, your personality, your negative impacts also. Some of the negative impacts are there, which I will be covering in the future slides, in the coming slides. So your behavior changes, you become more confident, bolder, stronger. Okay, your personality develops, you become more realistic, you attains maturity, improves a sense of dressing and all this. There are a lot of advantages, and there will be a lot more change when you compare yourself from the time before this journey and after this journey. You will find yourself, a lot more improved version of yourself. So next topic, I will be talking about the life values that are learned during this phase. See, life values, they are the base values or core values that are going to be there with you for a lifelong time. And these are the values you inculcate in this during this journey. You learn, you learn to grow trust within yourself. When you learn to work in a team, how do you behave? Different kind of values like accountability, your responsibility, quality, etc. Work life balance as a student would be a balance between your studies and your co-curricular activities, or a balance between your studies and your passion, hobbies, whatever it is. So this and all things you actually learn through experience, which is a very valuable quality. So these are the life values we learn during this phase, that is being organized, independent and matured thinking, taking apt decisions, bolder and stronger, makes your perspective wider about life. When you see, this is a phase where your understanding about many different aspects of life starts to build up, and you understand what is actually the correct thing for you, what is wrong for you. So you actually learn to differentiate between the good and bad during this phase. Next is managing yourself. You learn to be organized, you learn to take responsibility, accountability. All these values are there which are inculcated during these times. Teamwork or working in a group, as I said, when you work in a team, when you go and join or you get a job, there you will find everything is done in teams. No individual can work alone over there. Okay, it is a teamwork that will give a better result. So you should know how to behave in a team, how to manage in a team, being a leader. You should have all these qualities, and this you will learn only by experiences. There is no other way. You can, these qualities or values could be inculcated in you. It is only through experiences that you will do this. And the last point is, you will also learn about different cultures, because when you meet people from different cultures, you learn and you share a lot of things. So, and these life values will be there for you, lifelong, and will make your lives easier. So coming to the next topic is relationship with friends and professors. you know, this is a phase where you get a chance to make friends for life. We all know this. And these friends and professors, they are a family. They are like a second family to you outside your college. Okay, so outside your home, sorry. So you should never miss an opportunity to learn from your professors or ask the slightest doubt. It can be any doubt regarding your personal life, your studies, your guidance, anything you can seek from them. And a friend, of course, when you leave outside, you have a lot of friends. They are like your support system, definitely. So well said, a friend in need is a friend indeed. So you learn how to differentiate who can be your friends, who cannot be your friends. You learn to know the person who is in front of you, like whether he can be a good person, a good friend for you, or you cannot, right? Next, yes, the point which I would like to focus is that is guidance from your professor can make a big difference. You must listen to them. Trust me, friends, you must listen to them, because this point I had followed, and I had actually taken the advantage of this point. I had been very blessed to have good mentors and professors, and their guidance have really helped me a lot in coming, in coming up. So next is, I would focus a little more on the role of teacher or a professor in students' life. Now, many of students I have seen in college, they are not very serious regarding this. They I don't know what is their thought process, but they think that they don't need a teacher or something. So that is actually very wrong, because if you see teacher, they play a immense crucial role in a life of student. They can be a emotional support, they can be a mentor, they can be problem solver, they can be caregiver. The only thing you need is to approach them. That is the only thing you need to do, and they'll be always there to support you. And I had been very glad to say that I've always got the best teachers from school to college, and I would like to take this opportunity to thank them all for whatever they have done for me. So, moving on to the next is the challenges on the way. So, as I said, this is a journey, this is a process where you will have so many ups and downs, you will have successes and failures. So, a simple tip will make your life and journey more easier. That is, during times of success, don't be overconfident. And during times of failures, don't underestimate yourselves. Don't let negativity consume you. Your enthusiasm should always remain. You should self motivate yourselves. Even I have faced many challenges on the way. I am from Chhattisgarh, and when I moved all the way from one state to other, provided that during all my school time I was in home, I have not faced the life outside home much. So it had been very challenging in the initial days for me when I moved to college, and that too to a different state in a new hostel. But it had been a very pleasant journey, and a journey full of experiences and learnings, where I had done some mistakes, where I had learned some new things that actually help me now, to lead my life in a better way. And many challenges you will be facing in your life during this time, that may be studying a harder subject, or a confusion, or deciding on a project topic, or many things, adjustment with your friends, with your colleagues, or learning to work in a team, managing your personal life. All these challenges are going to be always there, but the only key is, to keep going, to keep moving forward in spite of all these obstacles, and have faith in yourselves, so that one day you will be able to overcome all those fears, and you will shine brighter. So also, you should not get distracted. By distraction, I would definitely cover this topic, because it is a very important topic, especially for the teenagers. Because this is a phase where so many things which are not actually essential attracts you, and you get distracted because of those things. So that should not happen actually, because it may lead to your diversion from your actual path. So you should also say no to peer pressure. So sometimes it happens that you don't want to do certain things, but because of peer pressure, your friends, what your friends will say if you say no, all these things, lead to uh, commitment of those things which are actually not needed. So that may have a negative impact on your life, which you should not do. And you should know what is right for you. And during all these challenges, all these hardships, you should always remember that the ultimate goal and the destination you want to reach is that or the purpose you have actually come to your college. Okay, what you want to be. If you remember your final destination, definitely you will become able to come back from the diverted path. And the best way to guide and stay motivated is self introspection. You see what you are doing, whether it is correct, whether it will take you to the final destination. You decide upon all those things, and then you choose decisively. So, moving on to the next slide. So, as I said, you should be aware of the distractions. There are many distractions like addiction to bad habits, including smoking, alcohol consumption, addiction to social media, games, procrastination, addiction to entertainment such as web series, movies. These all things are, it's like a slow poison. You will not realize that they are impacting your life, but slowly and gradually, you will become addicted to these things, and it will consume your time like anything, which is actually bad. I even have seen so many people living in hostel. The day before exam, the night before exam rather, I should say, they will start their preparation at around 2 3 in the night, and they will not sleep, they will ignore their sleep cycles and all this pattern. So what do you think? Will they be able to perform well in the exams? Definitely no, because your mind is already exhausted, and this will obviously impact your performance in the exams. So I would suggest that yeah, entertainment at one hand is very important, which you should keep, which you should allot your time, but it you should also take care that it should not consume your time, which is the which is made for your useful purposes like studying or thinking about yourself, career growth, all these things. It should not waste your time actually, because always remember, time is the most precious resource. You can own it, but you cannot use it. You can't keep it, but you can spend it. And also remember, the time you have lost it, you can never get it back. So, therefore, keeping in mind the importance of time, you should choose on your habits, okay? And also, you should look for the distractions and try to avoid them. So, moving towards the next topic, you should take care of yourselves. So, what happens is sometimes we are too much stressed during this journey, too much stressed, too much confused. A lot of self doubt will, uh, will create a foggy vision towards your goal. All these things will happen. So, how should you take care of yourselves during these times of hardship? That is two important things you should remember. The first one is the physical and mental health, which is the most important, because it is rightly said that a healthy mind resides in a healthy body. If you eat healthy, you will stay fit, right? And if your mind is healthy, you will be able to achieve anything you want, you will be able to learn anything you want. So, therefore, it is very important to stay healthy, stay fit, okay? You should involve yourself in some physical exercises, gym, outdoor games, running, whatever it is. If you do so, definitely it is said that physical exercise is a good stress buster. If you see, if you do some cardio or anything, that is a good stress buster. So all these things will certainly help you to maintain your fitness goals also. Next is meditation can also help. Even I had been meditating for some time, and I have found a lot more changes in myself. Through meditation, you get a chance to self introspect yourself. What is the wrong thing you have done, or whether you are actually moving towards your goal, whether you're following your rules. This all things will actually help you, to guide you. Next is you should plan your day and your journey as a bigger picture mentally. Because as I said, it is a journey, it is a process. You will have a lot many steps, in between. So at every step, you should always remember your final destination. And the last, that is the read good books. You should actually go through. There are many self-help books that you will find in the internet that can help you, to stay motivated and to guide you, and to be in proper. It will give you a proper idea whether you are doing is correct or not. Actually, books are the best friends, I could say, when you at the times of when you seek guidance or knowledge. So as said, books are a great source of learning. You can also take up some online courses for your interest when you have to take care about your skill development, or when you have to take care whether you are learning enough skills or the techniques which are needed. So you can, for that purposes, you can take up some online courses, you can take up some certification courses, and that way you will learn a lot of things. So as said, you should develop skills through e-learning or books. You should eliminate self-doubt, which will always be there. Self-doubt, whether it will actually make you to question yourself that what you are doing is correct. Even if you do a correct thing, you may think that it is not correct for me. But this self-doubt can be gradually removed through meditation and self-introspection. So as I suggested, self-help books can help you to motivate yourself, okay? And the last thing I would like to focus is, that is, you should be consistent in inculcating these good habits and values, because consistency is very important. As this saying, as it is said, that success does not come from what you do occasionally, it comes from what you do consistently. So success is always related to consistent, okay? So moving on to the next slide. Yes, internship and placements. So this is the most talked about topics when someone enter into a college. Even I remember when I had gone to enter into the college and it was a counseling time, all I could hear around was the chatter of few people talking about the placements in this college, because that is our actually the final goal, to get placed in a good company, to get placed in a good or dream company. So therefore, about this topic, I would like to share few points that will actually, help you to think in a better way towards your goal. So first is, I would suggest that internship. Whenever you get a chance to do internship, you should enter into a field, into a domain which is related to your area of interest. That is where you would like to work in the future. Internship should not be done just for the certification purposes. Okay, it should be done where you can, it should be seen as an opportunity to learn, because when you do an internship, you get a chance to work in real environment. You learn how a team works, or how projects are done in the live environment. So it's a great opportunity to learn, and you should focus on these points rather than taking or grabbing the certificates. Okay, and also at this point of time, many people, they want to sail on two boats. This is especially during final years. You know, they are not able to decide whether they want to do placements or higher studies. They think that okay, we'll sit for placements. If not, we can go for higher studies. But it is rightly said that you cannot sail on two boats at the same time. If you have a prefixed goal, okay, you can put more efforts, and definitely that can help you to reach to your goals. So if you decide beforehand that whether you want placement or higher studies, you will be able to put inputs accordingly, and definitely you will be able to come out with better results. You also have many options. Suppose you want to do higher studies, you will have to do some trainings for CAT. You will get coachings, and then we have some exams like GRE. Some people would also try giving civil services examination or defense examination. So there are a lot many opportunities. There are abundance of opportunities that you go through. Okay, that you will have, and you will have to choose one out of it. So choosing a career is not very easy. Okay, it's like a path where you are going. Suppose you're going through path A, it will get diverted again from A to A.1, A.2, A.3, and so on. So at every step, you have to choose what is the best for you, and you have to decide upon it, and then you have to move towards it. Okay, because choosing a career, you will get so many questions, so many doubts. You have to come upon all these things, and the only thing, the way with which you can do this is by asking yourself what is good, what do you want in your future. By looking at the long term plans, you can definitely able to take the correct decisions at the right moment. Okay, so next is for placements. I would suggest you to keep your aptitude stronger. See, aptitude, some people have this misconception that aptitude is easy. It's class 5 or 8th maths. But yeah, I would say that yes, it is easy. But the thing is, here timing is very important, because they will give you like some certain time, and in that you will have to do a certain n number of questions. So even if it is easy, you will not be able to cover that in time. And this timing will improve only with the practice. So you must practice your aptitude, and if you start early, for anything, it will be very easy, be it your internship, your placement preparation, your projects. If you start early, you'll do really well at the end. Next is, you should focus more on basics of your basic subjects, like especially if it is school of computing, I would say your basic subjects include DBMS, algorithms, operating systems, object oriented programming, computer networks. All these subjects are really important, and the concepts from them are actually asked in the interviews when you sit for placements. Along with this, you should also practice the coding problems. You will get a many number of the online platforms like CodeChef, HackerEarth, Hackathon. So these are the platforms where you can practice these coding problems, and this will actually help you to to crack any placement exam which happens at the last year. So moving on to the next slide. So about the placement interviews, see, I would like, so this is also a very hyped up topic among the college students, especially when you enter into the placement season. Some people are very much afraid of interviews, but no, interviews are not to be afraid of. It's actually, it's a deal between you and your employer, that what you are offering them and what they are going to offer you. It's actually a deal, so it is nothing but a deal where you present yourself, where you let the other person know about your qualifications, your abilities, and therefore you'll be selected for any dream job you want. So for that, it is very important, to know yourself well and about the company, because this way you will be able to filter out the companies. When you know about a company's profile, and you know yourself, you will be able to compare whether you fit in their company, or whether they will be able to provide you the learning or the future opportunities that you need to grow. All these things will actually help you to filter out and take correct job. Because if you enter in a job and you end up being in a wrong place, that will not make you any happy. Okay, so it is better that in the initial stages itself you filter out the companies, you know about yourself, and you just check whether you fit into that profile, and then you apply for any company. Next is, you should be very strong about your area of interest. As I said, I have said some of the basic subjects whose concepts are mostly asked in the interviews. You should be very thorough about it. And also about your projects, internship, what you have done. They will not be judging like you, okay, you did such simpler project or such, but they will be judging you on your core values which you learn throughout your hostel and college life. They would want to know that whatever you have done, whether you have actually done or it was done by someone other. If you have actually done, what you have learned from it, what was the purpose of doing that, they would be more interested in knowing all these things. Okay, next is, you should be very confident and maintain appropriate eye contact, because your eye contact will it is a symbol that yes, you're confident and you're speaking the truth. Next is, you should be very interesting and you should have an opinion. That opinion may be about any current affair or any concept, any topic, right? You should be very interesting, because if you give common answers, it will be very difficult for them to differentiate between you and the others. If you want to be outstanding, if you want to outperform some other, then definitely you have to be interesting. Then only you can shine and rise higher. So this are the in this diagram, whatever I have shared, you can see that tips for interview. So it has been summarized as a diagram. So moving on to the next slide is the project and publications. So I don't know whether the system has changed, but during my time, it was very important to publish at least one paper. Okay, and during that time, initially, even I used to think that I am not going to enter into a research job, or I'm not going to do anything related to research work. Then why I have to go through so many publications, and why I have to publish a paper? But let me tell you, friends, these publications or these it's a process. As we said, everything is a process. So in this process, when you go through different publications, different journal papers, you learn what works and what not, related to your area of interest. And if you're able to find out some modification or some improvement over any existing system, that can become your project. It gives you an idea for innovation. So that is a process you have to go through, and it's very important. And also, if you start early, it will be very easy. Trust me, it will be very easy. But if you want to do everything at the last moment, it will be difficult and you may fail also. Okay, so for project, it is very important to find your domain of interest first of all, because choosing onto a particular domain and then your topic of project is the most difficult thing, I would say, in this phase. Because once you choose it, you will be able to sail through. Obviously there will be challenges. Sometimes you will feel that okay, how should I do these things, or Even sometimes you will have confusion whether you are doing is correct or whether it will lead you to the final results. But yeah, you will be able to sail through if you have belief and you are keen to learn things. Next is you should keep reading research papers based on your area of interest and publish as many papers as you can in some good journals. As I said, it is a process. So in this process, you will be able to find out so many things, and that will really help you to achieve your final results. You should always keep in touch with your seniors or professors working in same domain, so that you may collaborate and involve in the ongoing projects, which is very important. So from there, you'll be able to learn new things. Okay, you will be able to know how things work. That will be the benefit you can get from it. And you should always be keen to learn new things and find such opportunities. You should be open to learn new technologies and coding languages, because when you let's say when you get placed in a product based company, those people will expect that you learn their product first. Okay, so you should be very keen and open to learn anything new in a very quick span of time, right? Because when you go into a product based company, they will expect you to learn their system, their language. And suppose you coding language is not a barrier, I would say, because language should not be a barrier, rather. Because if you want to achieve some result and you're not able to get from language A, you should be able to learn that in language. You should be able to learn the other language with which you can achieve that results. And it should not take much time, because your learning actually matters, and how do you perform or produce the results in a company. So next is the published journal paper will guide you through the process of innovation. As I said, you will get so many ideas, okay, and that will make your the process of doing this project and publication much easier. At last, the internship and projects will earn you experiences, the most valuable ones that will remain with you for lifelong. Okay, so moving on to the next topic is what after a job. So even I used to think that since my final goal toward after the college is getting a perfect job, so what do I do after that? Whether life becomes easier after getting a job? So as I am currently working now, I can I've been able to find the answer for that. Actually, it depends on you. Okay, the factors that affect your life or this answer may be, whatever you want to achieve in your life, like your aims and ambitions, the perfect lifestyle, or the attitude towards your life, all this way. So and definitely, if we say the perfect lifestyle, that the definition for perfect may also differ from person to person. So it depends on you what you want to do after a job, whether you have taken it as a lifelong job, or you can switch from one place to other if you get a better opportunity and you get something better to learn. So this and all is you only who will be able to decide. And when you have to take such decisions at this level, which is going to impact your future life, definitely you should be able to take correct decisions. And this is the process which makes you apt and able to take such big decisions for your life. Also, there are, as I said, there will always be abundance of opportunities. It is up to you what you choose, and that should be the best one suitable for you. Okay, so you can also go for some competitive exams. People, even after job, they go for some competitive exams. You may go for a new job if you find something better to learn from. Okay, or you may end up into a startup. See, when you enter into a startup, you will get a lot of opportunities to learn. The responsibilities would be very high, and it will actually be beneficial at later stages of your life. Okay, so that is also a good option. Next is an entrepreneurship. If you want to start a business of your own, then you can go for it. Okay, so these were the some of the options that you can go through after the job. So moving on to the next slide. So these are some of the tips that will make your life, simpler yet more meaningful. I had been following these principles, and I have actually seen the results out of it. So I would suggest that you may also note it, and you should try inculcating this in your lives, or applying this in your lives, gradually, and you will be able to see the results. So first one is, be focused on your goals. Set small and achievable targets for you. And you should not compare yourself with others, because no one is bigger or smaller, no one is smarter. Everyone has their own time zone. No one is faster or slower. What you have, what expectations you have from yourself, the other person may not have for himself. Okay, so there are different parameters based on which one defines success and failure. Therefore you should not compare yourself with others, because if you compare, the only thing that is going to happen is you will get disappointed and you will get depressed, which will actually hinder your uh, performance. Next is, you should be the better version of yourselves each day. Yes, if you want to compete, compete with yourself, so that you can compete yourself, you can be a better version of yourself each day. You should keep growing in terms of health and knowledge. Definitely wealth will follow after it. Okay, and then you should have trust and faith on yourself in whatever you're doing. And the most important thing is, you need to love and enjoy whatever you do. That's why at the initial stage itself, it is very important to choose the correct path, because if you love it wholeheartedly, you can put all your inputs, and definitely you will be able to reap the rewards in the future stage. Moving on to the next slide, I would like to say about the pandemic. We know that 2020 had been very challenging to each one of us globally, but the key was turning these difficult times into our strengths. And how you could have done that? There are many possible ways. You could have learned any new technique or skill, or you could have, dive deeper to enhance your talents. And also, with the aid of e-learning, any new skill can be learned easily. As I said, within a click, anything is available today these days. So you could have taken advantage of this thing. Okay, next is, you could have helped each other in maybe your studies, projects, and made the best use of this time, because you should always remember that time is the most precious resource, and if you make the best use of time, definitely it is going to reap you future in the rewards in the future. Okay, so next is, as a noble cause, you must have also tried to help people, because we know, since it has been a very challenging year, there were so many people facing hardships, and we were at our homes. We could have tried, giving or lending a helping hand to those people, so that you can contribute for a noble cause towards the society. Always remember, in our life, you have to contribute in one way or the other towards the society, because that is actually the purpose of human life. As a student, as a scientist, as a teacher, everyone is doing their part, everyone is contributing to their society. So you should always keep this goal also in mind, that the actual purpose of human life is, you contribute to the society and make it a better place to live. So moving on to the next slide, I would like to share a food for thought, which I actually apply, and I'm still trying to apply it, and you should also apply, and you will see that you will be able to sail through your journey easily. So that is, keep learning, keep walking, keep growing. If you keep the consistency, success will knock on your doors. So with this, I come to end of my presentation. If you had any queries regarding the guidelines or any doubt, you can definitely mail me on the email ID given in the screen, or you can WhatsApp me directly to my phone number. So that's all from my side. I wish you all a very good luck for your future endeavors. Thank you. Over to you, ma'am. Ma'am, you are on mute.
Thank you, Utkarsh. Thank you so much. It's a very nice presentation. Can you please show your slide, the last slide, the contact
Yeah,
information
sure.
again? So thank you for joining with us, Utkarsh. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.